If you are going through a breakup or are on your own self-healing journey, please do yourself a favour and get this book. This book right here is my best kept secret, and in my opinion should absolutely be a prerequisite before you get into a relationship. This isn't like any book, okay? It's got all the dates of the year, and so each day there's just a paragraph that you can read that just opens your eyes, makes you think a little bit differently, and puts you in a positive mindset. So I flicked to today's date, which is August 30th, and I'm going to read you what it says. What would feel good to you? What do you want? Ask yourself that question often as you go through your day, as you live your life. When you don't know what to do next, when you're not sure how to find the path that's right for you, ask yourself what you want and what would feel good. What energizes you? Which friends feel good to be around? What work excites you, infuses you with passion? Which hobbies interest you? How do you want to spend your time? We've endured have to long enough. We've pushed ourselves through should too many times. There's a better and different way. Learn to recognise what lifts your spirits. Become conscious of not only what you need, but also what you want and like, what feels right to you. At first, doing what you want and what feels good to you may be uncomfortable, especially if you've spent much of your life doing what doesn't feel good to you. Learn to be comfortable with the new energy. Learn to become comfortable choosing what energises you. By following your heart, by following your passion, you will find your path and you will find joy. And then they always just end on this little quote, so I'm going to read you that too, because it would be a disservice if I didn't. The possibilities for joy are limitless. If we can do what feels good to us in work, in life, in love, in play, learn to become comfortable with joy, you have the power to create joy by choosing what feels good to you. The time for joy isn't later. The time for joy is now. Heartwarming, I know. But on a real, sometimes on a day when you're feeling shit, it's exactly what you need to uplift you. Personally, I feel you should go buy one. However, I could also potentially, maybe, no promises, I could read the excerpt every single day and start a new series. I mean, I don't know, just maybe. It's a thought. Let me know. If you're a member of the male species that's still illiterate in girl talk, then this video is definitely for you. And you should absolutely definitely save this video as reference material for a future time in need. Now let's kick things off with I don't want a boyfriend anyway. Please note, the addition of the word anyway gives this an entirely different meaning. I don't want a boyfriend is something she would say to you when you're in the friend zone and she doesn't want you to ruin that. Or she just genuinely doesn't want one. The addition of the word anyway acts as a little bit of saltiness. It's giving, I'm so single it hurts, there could practically be tumbleweeds in my DMs. And it's said in the hopes that we convince ourselves and you that should the opportunity arise, we still wouldn't embrace it, even though we know it's a goddamn lie. Next up is this old chestnut. I'm not looking for a relationship right now. If you have ever been on the receiving end of this, as the appointed committee leader of the girls, I would like to formally apologise. To translate, she does not want a relationship with you. If she felt the right guy came along though, she would be. You're just not that guy. But she doesn't want to hurt your feelings, so that's the best excuse she can give you. I don't post who I date on social media is a sticky one because it's a double-edged sword. It could mean they're extremely mature and do not need external validation or opinions from other people to determine their happiness in their relationship. Or, quite the contrary, if she's not to be trusted, it could also mean I want all the perks of a relationship, however, the guys that follow me on Instagram do not need to know that I'm taken. The good thing about this next one is that she really values your friendship and genuinely wants you to be in her life for the foreseeable. It also sadly means I don't find you sexually attractive, you will never see me naked, and I think of you more like a brother, but I don't want to hurt your feelings. So sorry I went MIA, I've just been so busy. For legal reasons, when I say this, I genuinely mean it. However, with some girls, it can also mean you are the last thing on my mind, and making plans with you has not been a priority of mine. However, I feel guilty now, so I'm saying hi. In other contexts, it could mean you are a side piece and my main guy just ended things with me, so now you're option number one. Hello from the other side. Okay, POV, you sat chilling together, you're scrolling Instagram, she goes, who's that girl? Whilst this might seem genuine, curious, inquisitive, she's definitely already clocked her in your following list and has scrolled that deep down her feed that she would recognise a photo posted from 2020 in a lineup. And so now, after overthinking herself into oblivion, she wants to know your sexual history with this girl to make sure she can sleep at night. Okay, same scenario, boys. This next one, also a trap. If she says this, she's just waiting for you to bite. So save yourself and opt for the reassurance route. If you're not already, follow for part 2. I'm back with another insecurities video, but fear not, this time I won't be offending any bodybuilding stans. This is relationship insecurities and what they mean. And if it applies to your significant other, click save and send it to them. Number 1, we have abort mission, which is the fear of your partner waking up one day, choosing to abandon ship and leave. Now, in the words of Stitch, Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind. And in my opinion, if you're in a relationship with someone, technically they're your chosen family, right? Now, typically this gets triggered either from trauma in a past relationship or an absent parental figure in early childhood. And what this actually whittles down to is a deep fear of being alone. If this sounds like you, don't worry, it's extremely common, and the right partner will reassure you and help you through it. But if it starts to become too toxic, take some time out, focus on yourself, and work on that being alone. Number 2 is the fear of never being enough for your partner and believing that they are way out of your league. Newsflash, no one is out of your league. This is just a limiting belief that you've made up and convinced yourself of. Stop underestimating your worth. Pick your crown up off the floor and keep your chin up, okay? Live 360. Yes, the tracking app. Wanting to know your significant other is safe is one thing. But when it gets used because there is a lack of trust to track their every move, that is when it can become problematic. This too probably stems from trauma and being burnt in the past. However, if your partner has given you no reason to not trust them, you will make them feel trapped, push them away, and could cause your deepest fear to come true, which is them leaving you for someone or something better. But you're more than good enough, okay? And what they do is completely out of your control. So stop self-sabotaging. Thank you. Number 4, Sour Patch Kid. If you get sour or jealous when your partner achieves something rather than be supportive, it's because you have a deep fear of failing or being behind. And this is most commonly found in overachievers. If your partner is in a similar line of work and triggers this in you, you should consider therapy and getting to the root of it, or finding a different partner. Bedroom activities, you guessed it, is the fear of not being able to sexually satisfy your partner. Again, this links back to not being good enough and insecurities you have about yourself. The good thing is there's an easy fix. Communicate with your partner. Ask them what feels good and what doesn't. And watch that insecurity literally vanish into thin air. The Gadget Show. If you feel the need to have the password to every gadget your partner owns, you have a deep fear of being out of control, with a sprinkling of trust issues. Here's the thing, if your partner's going to cheat on you, they're going to cheat on you, whether you have their passwords or not. And funnily enough, giving them that freedom and privacy will make them less vulnerable to cheating. But if they still do, that's their loss. And lastly, the grass is greener. The fear of settling. 3 words. Have more gratitude. Sharing sad quotes and posting thirst traps is not going to get them back. If they wanted you back, they'd make it known, babe, so stop putting effort into them and put it into yourself.
I can actually confirm that everything in this video is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Is that right?
This is insecurities girls have that guys don't care about. First up, we have the ironing board. Now, if I had a penny for every time I heard a girl compare themselves to this inanimate object, I'd have absolutely zero reason to resort to TikTok for my chosen career path. Listen, girls, we can't all be having hips like Iggy and looking like Kim K. Especially not naturally. And who knows, you could just have a late instalment. You might just have to wait for childbirth for those hips to start telling the truth. Thanks, Shakira. Picture it like this, okay? Desserts come in all shapes and sizes. And guys are greedy fucks that love all of them. You're beautiful just the way you are, babes. All teeth, no lip. Put that in a song right now, that is a bar waiting to happen. Now I get it. Having small lips in a world full of human-looking Bratz dolls can give you serious FOMO. Now, if that's what you want to be a part of, by all means, go for it. But please do not be thinking you need to have lip filler in order to be deemed attractive. Because I don't know if you know this, but you were built like a goddess naturally, actually. So some may argue it's a tad disrespectful to be making edits to your parents' work. We're not talking about train spotting today. What this beauty refers to is the infamous thigh gap. I'm just going to stop you right there, because the only gap in between your thighs a guy cares about is the one they can insert themselves into. They're really not that picky. The same could be said for the itty bitty yitty committee. Even if your chest consists of 2 bee-sting looking lumps, best believe every guy is going to find any way possible to show them the love they rightfully deserve. And, oh, you're just going to interrupt my video. As I was saying, you also have the ability to wear graphic shirts without the artwork being warped. And crop tops actually, without the underboob slipping out. Number 5, we have Ragnarok. The best Thor film ever made, I won't hear otherwise. Now whilst I could talk about Thor's big hammer all day, what this refers to here is the end of a woman's period. Think Surtur destroying Asgard. Now at the end of a woman's cycle, smells can get a little bit fishy. And oftentimes results in girls not wanting a guy to go where the sun don't shine. Let me ask you this question. Would the Salvatore brothers say no? No, they would not. Insert Sword and Crimson River comments here. Second to last, we have Casper. If you, like me, are white as a ghost, you have nothing to worry about. Not only is it idolised in Asian culture, but your boy doesn't have to worry about fake tan on his bed sheets. Now last but not least, we have Chewie, also known as Chewbacca. Tad bit harsh, I'll leave you with this. If he can't hack the body hair, he needs to grow a pair.
Me and the girl in question had been, I was going to say texting back and forth for around a month and a half at this point, and I decided to pluck up the courage to make the move a week beforehand and ask her on a date. We agreed on a time and I thought everything was sunshine and rainbows. That's until autocorrect reared its ugly head. And well, my frequent use of vulgarity didn't help matters either. Just before she went to sleep, I went to text, "Good night, baby girl," with a kiss. Cringe. I'm aware. Very cringe. I'm disappointed in you, John Johnson. But oh no, autocorrect had other ideas and instead sent, "Good night, baby gorilla." I think I would slap someone through the phone.
Yeah, but kind of cute.
Baby gorilla.
Anything baby is cute.
Oh,
I mean,
no. I entirely disagree.
Yeah.